Hi everyone, welcome to my first episode in the series of Truth About Having and Owning a Labrador, and I thought I should start right at the beginning. So in this video, I'm going to cover why I chose to get a Labrador and how me and my family went around and actually got one, and some tips and tricks that I learned along the way. So let's go ahead and get started. The reason why I wanted a Labrador. We looked into a lot of other breeds, but I feel like we were most comfortable with getting a Labrador since we had already gotten one in the past, and he turned out to be a great dog, and he just lived a long, happy life. So that is the main reason why we chose to actually get a Labrador. How we went around and did that, first we looked in shelters, right? But it was during COVID, so shelters were empty. It was very hard to actually find any dog that fitted us. But I do have to just interject and say that if you are looking for dogs, Pet Finder is a mobile app and a website that's really good and actually pairs you up with dogs that best fit your match. And we did look into a couple dogs from there, but it didn't really work out. But I do know some neighbors and some friends that just have been very successful in finding dogs that work out really great for them there. So go ahead and check it out if you haven't before. It's a great resource and tool, and it also tells you a lot about different dog breeds. I think it's on their main page where you can search up dog breeds and cat breeds, and it gives you a whole summary of what they're like, grooming needs, training needs, physical needs, all these different stuff. It's very helpful for sure. Alright, so now let's get back to the whole Labrador thing. So we ended up buying a purebred Labrador, which we had to get from a breeder that was a little bit more serious, right, because they're purebred. But I do know that you can buy dogs that are mixed Labrador and something else, and they turn out pretty good usually. So we got her from a breeder that sold her to us for a lot of money. She cost $1,200, and I'm gonna get into why that was so expensive in a little bit. But that is how much we ended up paying for her, and we had to go out to a small town to pick her up and then bring her back. So that was certainly an adventure in itself, which I will talk about in further episodes, just what to do when you arrive home and you have a dog and your life is changed forever. Okay, so back on track. The reason that my dog, Lily, cost so much money is just because of two things. One, she was a purebred, which always is going to increase the price. But two, she was a charcoal Labrador, which I didn't actually know this beforehand, that there are more colors in the Labrador world than just the three main colors, which are yellow, chocolate, and black. There's actually charcoal, white, and red, I think. White and red and charcoal are not as common, but it actually is pretty cool just from a breeder standpoint, because if they have no birthmarks or different colors in their fur mixed in with one of those three rare colors, then they can actually give birth to like black Labradors, yellow Labradors, chocolate Labradors, or charcoal Labradors, whatever rare color they were. So that's really cool, just a tip if you want to get into breeding, for sure. So that is why she cost so much money. I don't think her color had anything to do with her attitude. I don't think it changed anything about how crazy or how chill she is. But you also want to ask the breeder if they've been breeding this dog from a few generations worth. You want to ask them, how crazy were the parents? What did the parents do? Because that is going to play into how your dog is going to act. Lily's parents were hunters, okay? So obviously, or maybe not obviously to you guys, but now obviously Lily is not a hunter and we are not hunters, so she missed out on that whole thing that she was bred for. Something that's interesting is that we had a Nerf gun thing that shoots balls out, and she got like super crazy around it. And I don't know if that happens with all dogs, but she knew what was happening when we pulled that thing out. So that might have had something to do with her genetics, just something that was passed down from all those generations, like great grandfathers of hunters. So that is something to keep in mind. What were your dog's parents and grandparents? But that's all that I'm going to talk about for this episode. Make sure to come back to the channel and subscribe so that you can get updates on when I post another episode. And if there's anything you would like me to cover, any questions that you have about having a Labrador, just put them in the comments and I'll be sure to get to them.